Rockets-Jazz series where Houston went up 2-0. Rudy Gobert, the consensus, right? Or at least he is a top two defensive player.
I believe he'll probably win
The Player of the Year race this year. Team worst minus 43 minutes in this series. He's definitely all-NBA selection on one of the teams.
Without question.
Scottie, you are the Secretary of Defense. What can he do? What can the Jazz do to help him out so his talent can come through here?
They got to put some better players out on the court around him.
Can't do that, Scottie.
Rudy's game is more defensively, and he really gets his numbers up when he's able to block shots, rebound, run the floor, score in transition. If those things are not happening, he will be a negative on the basketball court, especially when you got James Harden driving the ball right at him, throwing lobs at Capella. That's negative all day long, all over the world. So they have to get guys out on the court to get him going offensively and make him more of a threat. I think defensively, Houston has kind of figured out what he can do and how effective he can be against them. So they're just driving the ball at him, forcing him to come and kicking it. So it's very difficult because you want to give him the ball, you want to change it, but he's not an offensive player.
James Harden the Jazz are giving him data sets, and he's just solving them. Like, I'm watching them play defense last night. I see their plan. They're executing their plan. He's just beating it.
Yes.
Like, they're pushing him. He's going into the space they want him to. He's making the choice they want him to make, and they're just beating it. It's not Gobert's fault. I mean, I'm sure he could play better. The other thing was last night the Rockets supporting players are hitting shots. You're playing them in Houston. Harden's making all the right decisions. Their supporting players are beating shots. You're not winning that game. I think the Jazz are playing by the percentages. The percentages have gone as bad as they could go against them. They're hoping that in Utah it goes more towards their way. But I can't fault anybody with Utah right now. I didn't like the way they played defense in Game 1. Last night I liked their strategy. He just beat it.
Scottie, do you like their strategy, especially on Harden?
No, I don't. I mean, I understand what they're trying to do, but I think size-wise, they just don't have the personnel to be able to play James Harden the way that I feel like he should be played. And two, I just think like this is a very tough game for Gobert because you're playing a lot of pick and roll, and they're keeping him in that situation, knowing that that's not his strength.
Right.
So that's really why he's
Rubio is outclassed, and it's not an insult. He's outclassed right now. He's facing an all-time offensive player. He can't handle it.
He's a good defensive player.
And he's doing he is following the game plan.
Right.
He's supposed to let him past him to the right.
Right. But that's what, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday. I get it. The Milwaukee Bucks sort of showed everyone in the league, hey, this is something you can maybe do. By the way, not to stop James Harden, but to slow the bleeding a little bit. A little bit.
Try to contain him.
But that is very dependent not just on their strategy, but on their personnel. Eric Bledsoe is all first-team defense to me in this league.
Yep.
So if you don't have someone, I'm not killing Ricky Rubio's defense overall, but he's just not first-team all defense. Rudy Gobert, obviously excellent. But I'm not sure he's Giannis Antetokounmpo under the basket either defensively. So if you have personnel,
he's really good.
I agree. I just don't know. It's tough. It's an even split, and I just think that if you're a little bit better in some of the other areas, you can have at least some more of a strategy on him. But James Harden is, to me, unquestionably the most elite offensive player in this league right now, and he's showing it.
Yes, and he has a very good feel of how they're playing him, too. So he's really, like, taking advantage of them giving him direct line.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it's like when you're on the court and you can just be like, oh, I'm just going to toy with everyone.
I used to know.
You knew plenty, 6 times.